Okay, we're gonna do the guitars again. Maybe everything will be set right this time.
Nope. All right, so you picked up an amp, and it's like a classically voiced amp, or you picked up a vintage amp, and it sounds like this. But what you're really thinking is that you're going to have this. Well, there's some ways that you can get closer. In general, the harder you push the front of the amp, the better off you're going to be, and there's a couple ways you can do that. You could maybe get some hotter pickups. If you have some weak pickups, then having a harder set of pickups might help a little bit. The other way to do it is use something like overdrives, or any way that you're going to increase the gain in front of the amp, which could be, overdrive, clean. Could be an overdrive, a clean boost, or a EQ pedal set to increase the gain. Oh, and you can also use it to adjust the EQ of what's going into the front of the amp. So I have a collection of pedals and a couple guitars. One's going to be the one that you just saw in the kind of the intro part of this. It has a passive set of pickups. The other one's going to have an active set. And we're going to run through a whole bunch of overdrives. They're kind of randomly placed. It's not really going to, I didn't necessarily choose them to be that way. We'll go through them one at a time, and then we'll pair up a bunch of them having two overdrives cascading into one another into the front of an old Marshall, which is back there. And we'll see what we get. Now, if you want to know the signal chain, either check the description or links to Discord, or there's something where I've said what the signal chain is. Just because you see it on camera doesn't necessarily mean that I'm using it. So, yeah, check the description or links or whatever. All right, so first things first. We're just gonna get a clean signal out of the amp. We'll go between the V and the Kelly, just straight out, and play a similar riff, and you guys can kind of get a difference between the active and the passive. Okay. Yeah, so. Well, what do I think? Between passive and active, I mean, there's a slight difference, but it's not much. As far as getting a more traditional voiced amp to be more metal, maybe a couple boosts. You can use an EQ as a boost. But I think, I have a couple EQs here that I kind of tested out, and they did do it, but they didn't do it as well as the other boosts. So it may be just my particular EQs that I have on hand, or I don't know. So as far as the more vintage amps, yeah, just throw a couple boosts in front of it and play around for which ones that you want. The ones that I liked in particular from what I have was the left side of the Protein plus the Tumnus in front of it, and then the Protein, both on for the Protein. The Tube Screamer was okay if you had something boosting it, but I think that a Tube Screamer by itself is probably not quite enough to throw a more vintage style amp into kind of more really high gain metal stuff. So, yeah. So, hope that helps. I gotta do that over, damn it.